And we're back.
We're back. Welcome to the Cavalry, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to the Cavalry.
How we doing?
I'm doing great. Johnny. How are you?
Oh my gosh, never been better. I'm on my brand new MacBook Pro, which I picked up Saturday. I don't think I didn't use this last time, did I?
No, you used a broken one.
That's right. Because I was I was like this. Hey, how's it going, Andrew?
Yeah. Now we can like look at each other, but actually just look at our own faces.
Yeah. Now I can pretend I'm looking at you, but look at me.
Is it great? Is it cool? Is it fun to have like a new computer and you like can't wait to open your computer and like click on things, type?
But it doesn't take. Well, that's what's depressing about getting a new computer. It's like there's so few technological advances in computers lately. It's like after 2 days of playing with it, I'm like, well, this is just like my old one, but cleaned up and faster.
Then it just feels like work again. That's like phones are like that. That first day you get an iPhone, you're like, oh my God, it's so fast and sleek. And then you just immediately get used to the whatever qualities that are better. And it's just your gross thing that you're addicted to again.
But I mean, we talked about that with phones where it's like, there have been no, when FaceTime came out, that was like crazy. I got to get the new phone. And then when they had, video on top of photos, and now it's like, there's nothing else they can put on a phone or a computer.
Yeah. Yeah. They just add like a camera, just add another lens to the camera.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, look, there's like 6 of them, 7 of them. Yeah. But that it is kind of like a drug addict. You know how we're like addicted to phones? So like, that's probably how a heroin addict feels, right? Like you get on heroin and you're just addicted to it and your life is miserable. And every once in a while you get they're like, oh no, this is news. It's more pure. It's 90% pure. And like the first day you do it, you're like, oh yeah, this is amazing. And then just immediately you're like, I just need the 90% pure just to like get by. My life is still miserable. I feel like shit. That's what iPhones are like.
And you and I know what heroin is like and being addicted.
Yeah, I know exactly what heroin is like.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're making me thirsty. I got to grab my drink. Look at this. Did I have this last time? Orange. This is sticking around. God. Orange cream Coca-Cola.
Oh my God.
It's so good.
Johnny is 14 years old. I'm drinking a Bowie Pale. This is my new drink, the Pale Ale.
Oh, okay.
I've officially downshifted from IPAs. I can't drink IPAs anymore. So I'm Pale Ales for the rest of my 40s. And in my 50s, I'll just be like lagers, like Pilsners.
Wait a minute. I thought the PA in IPA stood for Pale Ale.
But it's Indian Pale Ale.
So what kind of pale ale is that?
Pakistani. No, I don't know.
PPA.
It's a PPA. No, I don't know. It's just like not quite as hoppy.
Okay. So if I was okay.
But you don't. It's still not gonna like. You're still not gonna like it because it doesn't taste like
raspberries.
Yeah, that's the main drop. It doesn't taste like something you get at the Wonka factory, so you're not gonna love it.
Yeah, I know you won't like it because my daughter doesn't like it.
In fact, I put some in my daughter's sippy cup the other day, and she spit it out. So I was like, "Oh, not Johnny approved." Until Ginger, that is so funny. You and Ginger have the same taste palette. Pancakes for breakfast, PB&J for lunch, pizza for dinner.
If only me and Ginger were groomsmen at that party that you are.
Oh man, I'd have 2 root beer float customers instead of 0.
Yeah. Oh well. Oh boy.
What? So yeah. Oh yeah.
Brackets.
Huh? Oh, the brackets. Oh, you really want to talk about that?
I mean, I don't think it successfully happened, did it?
What are you talking about? Have you not been checking?
No, I don't even remember what site.
This is so
I
annoying. This is so annoying.
Why am I in first place?
You buy like 1 million. There's only 4 people in our bracket contest, which I think I told you last week.
You did tell me, and I forgot.
And let's just go ahead and update the standings for everyone. So it's my friend Jono, funny comedian, former guest.
He's been on the show, right?
Been on the show, I believe. And it's been so long, it's like who even knows anymore. And then Paige, who's a friend of mine, she's a magician. So you think she would be better at this, but huge sports fan.
Okay.
Which is obviously what you don't want to be. I am in last place with 67 points out of 115 possible. Paige is in third place with 71 points out of 119 possible. So that everyone can still technically catch you.
Who does everyone have as their winner?
Jono's in second place. He's got 80 points with 144 possible, and you're in first place with 110 points.
No, I know, but who do we have winning the whole thing?
You have Duke.
Okay.
Jono has Houston, Paige has Florida, but I have Duke. So I probably can't catch you for sure.
Okay.
But I love that you just don't. Again, another thing you just don't pay attention to. You don't know what's going on. You don't even know that it worked. You're not even sure.
I knew it worked because we talked about it last time, but I remember you saying, there's only 2 people or something.
Well, you're in first place. And both Jono and Paige probably tried really hard. Like they do like and watch sports. So
I think I hit that random button.
That's great.
Thank you for sharing your
thank you.
Your tips.
No, that's the big talk. If you want to do sports talk, that's kind of the talking point this week. It's like all 4 teams left in the final 4 were number 1 seeds. So these were all predicted. They call it chalk. It's like going exactly as people kind of would have. Like there's no upsets.
Right. Oh, okay.
So the argument is that because of the NIL deals, so they can pay the players now, there's like the Supreme Court case, and then now you can pay players.
And that's as of what, 2 years ago?
Yeah. So they're saying like the effect of that is that like the good teams are like really, really, really good because they have the money, they can attract all the best players. And then there's going to not be as many upsets anymore.
Oh, but that's a bad thing, I would think, right?
That's what people say. But then the counter argument, it's like, well, but I also just like watching the best players play the best teams and having the best competition, And why shouldn't people get paid for their labor? Johnny wants them to play
I guess I'm going to ask you, what is the counter?
Johnny wants them to play for free.
That's not what I'm saying. He can
see an upset every once in a while.
I'm saying, what are other people's argument to that question? That don't think they should get paid. Why are they saying they shouldn't get paid? Because they're in college?
Oh, because they're student athletes, and because it ruins the spirit of the, I mean, there isn't a great. Now that it's one of those things where now that they do pay the players, it seems kind of insane that they weren't before. But when it was the practice at the time, you could go, well, this is just the way we've always done it, and it's a tradition, and it's the student athlete thing, and they're getting a scholarship, so they're getting their college paid for, and it sounded reasonable. But then it's like once you change it and then you look at it later, you're like, oh my God, how could you have ever done it?
I feel like it's just going to kind of become the sub NBA, and each team is like, oh yeah, I have a school attached to. It's not about the school, it's about the sports, because I'm already this is my job. I just happen to be a student because that's the red tape around playing basketball at this level.
Yeah, I think that the ship had already sailed on that before you were playing. Like, it was all happening. That was already like the case, right? Like it was like a joke.
You guys were going to school sponsorships and stuff.
Well, they couldn't get sponsorships, but they were only going to go to school for 1 year. a lot of them, and then go to the NBA,
Oh,
or they were going to play in Europe or whatever.
yeah.
So it was like, instead of that, I mean, it's just like kind of acknowledging the reality, you know. And it probably was the only way college sports was going to survive. But that's sports talk
That's sports talk with the Cavalry.
with the Cavalry.
I don't think I win anything, do I? If I
No,
win.
you didn't set up any stakes, which that was Jono's argument. He's like, why are you doing it if there's nothing at stake?
This is poor planning on our part.
When nobody thought it through.
Sometimes we do things just for fun.
Yeah, that's what I told.
$50.
What?
You owe me $50
For what?
for the fucking football thing.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. It's in the mail. I'll pay you.
Okay.
Oh my God. That's great doing this podcast, just costing me money left and right. I was telling Jono, like, where he was like, why isn't there any money at stake? Make a buy-in, you know? And I was like, we're the only podcast not promoting gambling.
That's right.
You know what I mean? We keep our hands clean.
Yeah, it's just for fun. Yeah, we don't
Just
know
for fun.
problem. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's good stuff. That's sports talk.
That's sports talk. I recorded my album this weekend.
Oh yeah, I was gonna call you yesterday to see how Saturday went, and I didn't. Anyway,
You don't get credit.
I thought of it twice, and I was in the middle of something both times. But I did text you on Friday or on Saturday to see how Friday went.
Yeah, that's so funny. I was gonna call you, and there's just no reason why you didn't. Like, oh, that's Johnny's so nice. He was gonna call me. Saturday was way better. Saturday I did better. So Friday, I think I texted you like, I was like in my head, and I was so worried about like promoting the show and getting butts in the seats that by the time I actually did the show on Friday, I was kind of like, just like, the jokes themselves like landed fine, you know. It was just like I was kind of not myself, and I felt like I was wearing like a strange somebody else's suit or something. Sure. and I like all my transitions were weird, and like it was like a joke, and then like I could tell I was in my own head, and then a joke, and then I was in my own head. So Saturday I walked there, I cleared my head, it's way better, so I think we got it, and should be okay.
And what's the name of the label again?
Ghost Runner.
Ghost Runner. Okay.
Yeah. Our guys, Andy and Tony, and then they'll edit it. And then I also got like 3 cameras on it, and so I think I'm gonna do it like a little YouTube. I'll cut the thing up and then just put the whole thing out on YouTube. It should look pretty sick. Nice. So yeah.
Then you can splice it up and throw it on Instagram.
Right. And then clip it up, and then count the cash. Yeah. Count that money. No, and then I'll hire your guy away from you and have him post it all. But the takeaway was, it was fun. It's always stressful. The Friday, I think, too, part of the stress was like there were so many people there. It was only a 75-seat room, you know.
Yeah.
And we filled it up, but a lot of it were like neighbors and friends of friends and Heidi's friends, and Heidi was there, my brother-in-law. So it's like, that's another layer. That's already stressful for a regular show, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So Saturday was like a lot more strangers, which is just so much easier.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet strangers, you know?
Yeah.
But what was
one show or 2 shows on Saturday?
Just one show each night. So I had a lot of pressure on that Saturday. Like every other time I've done this, I feel like I've gotten it
earlier
on the early show.
Yeah.
Like the first show or the Friday show. And then Saturday was either you could screw around or just go, well, this is just a shot to top it. But this was like one where you're like, well, Friday, I would not want to have only that, you know? Yeah. So it was good. So there's a lot of pressure on Saturday.
But it worked out.
Have you done this too when you like record things? You're like, if I could just, there's so many shows you do that are like really good that you're just not even thinking about. and you don't know they're going to be great.
Yeah.
And if you could just have a time machine and go, no, bring the cameras and all the shit to that show.
Yeah.
But you can't organize it in advance. And when you try to plan for like, this is going to be the good show, it's like pretty hard to predict sometimes.
Yeah. That's why, like, this venue that you did yours at, I mean, you've done shows there before, right?
Just one.
Yes.
And it was so hot.
I'm nervous.
But it's a small sample size, and I should not have. My takeaway is, unless you're like pretty big, just do it at a comedy club that has like a fairly good built-in audience, and then you can supplement that audience. But when the time I did it before too, was the same thing, and I just had to like fill the whole place myself, and it's just like such a needless.
Yeah.
Sponsor. I don't know why I did that again, but
yes, I did my first one at the Skyline, which I knew was just reliable on
right.
its own.
Yeah, just a club audience that's going to be good.
Yeah, and then the second one was Tacoma. No,
Okay.
not Tacoma. What's the one in Arizona?
Oh, Laughs, Tucson.
Tucson. Yeah,
which
pays garbage, but is a great club. You know, it's like
right.
You know, so that was like, I knew that would be good, and that went well. And then the third one was the Milwaukee Laughing Tap, which was a newer club when I recorded, been around a year, and it's a good club, but that was like that situation. But I got it out of it. The first show on Friday was great. I was like, we got it, and then Saturday was just kind of a blah show, but I was like, oh, thank God we got it on Friday.
Yeah.
Pressure.
Yeah, I mean, but the problem is, like, you just named the three clubs you named, only one of them. So first of all, like Skyline, new ownership, whatever.
Yeah, and this was before that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And so then the Tucson one, I guess you could do, but then like I have to be able to get the guys to record it out to these places too.
Yeah.
Because like Tony and Andy are very like picky about, so they have to either be able to fly out to it or have someone in the area who can do it.
Yeah.
So, but that being said, I could have done it like at Tacoma, or I could have done it at Laughs in Seattle, and there's just something about like, I was like, I want to do it in Portland. I can pick a date in my hometown, and
yeah. Is there a different energy? Because like knowing that you're doing a show and everyone in the audience would 100% not be there if you weren't putting that show on, because there would be no show that night. Can you feel that energy? Like, is there a different feel to it?
I felt like what was happening more so on Friday than Saturday too, was that they were tight because it was, it's like a small audience anyway. It was full, but it's just a small room. But then like they see the camera, there's just like these three big, because he had like nice stuff. So he had like three big cameras and all these mics were laid out everywhere. And then they have the same energy that maybe you have, where you're like, oh, okay, gotta just stay in the pocket, do the bits, don't do a lot of crowd work, don't be goofy, don't be just, which is like completely wrong. It's wrong for an audience and it's wrong for you as a comic.
Yeah.
But it's hard to resist that temptation. And we didn't like address it, because I was kind of like, don't give him a lot of rules. I told the guy Casey who was opening, I was like, don't give him like a lot of rules about not heckling, and because I don't want him to feel tight,
Yeah.
I just want to feel like a normal show. But then he just didn't say anything, and I was like, okay. So that was another adjustment. Like Saturday, I was like, we gotta say something, like, so they're like not like weird.
Yeah.
So I did the God mic introduction of him on Saturday, and I was like, hey, you can see all these cameras and all the, just ignore it. We're gonna have fun. It's just gonna be a regular show. We are recording, but just treat it like any show you've ever been to and have a great time, that kind of thing.
Whose cameras were they? Were they
the guy Casey McLean? He's a funny comic too. He opened and he was doing the sound recording, but then he just wanted to film it too, and I paid him out of my pocket to do that.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, so
Yeah.
hopefully it turns out pretty good. But yes, I'm kind of glad. And promoting it is just a bit like, I just hate promoting one show that much. You know, I felt like I was annoying myself how
Yeah.
much I was talking about it. And but then people just don't buy the tickets early, and then it's like, well, what are you gonna? It's just, it's, you know, it's keeping
But
me
did
up.
you end up? I mean, as far as
Yeah, we
numbers,
ended up selling out both
both of them.
shows.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
good.
Oh, I mean, it's only 75 seats, but we did.
Yeah.
But it's like that took till the hour of the show basically to do it, you know.
Yeah.
So that's frustrating.
Yeah. All right.
But but this was crazy. So this doesn't have anything to do with the album, but we were backstage and we were talking about like, well, what should we do with the footage? You know, I was like, you could just clip it up and use it for Instagram, or he's like, I actually think you could make this into like a 3-camera, like a special, you know, and just put the whole thing out on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about other comedians. I won't say the name, but he was like talking about other comedians who like are good at social media. And he's like, this one guy, he will, like, social media is like everything now. It's more important than what happens in the room, right? So like, he'll try a joke online. He'll like write a new joke and post it immediately, or even like just a written premise of it. And if it doesn't work online, he doesn't even try it.
Wait, how do you run it online? Like just the text?
Either he films the very first time he tells a joke.
Oh, okay.
Or he like does some version of the premise as a status.
Oh, sure.
Or like or he does a direct to camera kind of like walk and talk thing, whatever. But if it doesn't,
tell me who this is in post show banter.
Oh yeah, for sure. But if it doesn't hit there, then he just drops the whole premise. Because it's like, what's the point? He's like, I could get the joke to work in the room, but it wouldn't matter because it wouldn't work online.
Yeah, I mean,
isn't that insane?
It seems flawed because
the
thing is, like, if it doesn't work in this room, it could still work in other rooms. Like, he's not giving it enough.
But that's what they're saying. Like the physical rooms don't matter anymore. The only room that matters is the internet room.
I know, but I'm saying he tries it in the internet room one time, one way.
Right.
And it doesn't work there. He drops it. Whereas I think if he did get it to work in the live room and then brought it to the internet room, it might work better.
Yeah.
The viewer sees a live.
But even more than that, I would say you're letting an algorithm, a computer, decide for you what's funny. Like, I get it. If I think something's funny and I try it 6 different ways and it never gets a laugh, I've just got to drop it. You know, I even though I think it's hilarious, at some point, the crowd is allowed to tell me eventually.
Yes.
But I'm not going to let the internet do that too. Like, if I think it's funny and I can get a laugh from a comedy audience, you're goddamn right. I'm still telling if I think it's funny, of course I'm still telling the joke. I'm not going to let the internet drop a bit for me. It's insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because the reverse is true. Have you ever had like a bit do well online and then it just raises its stock for you in your own set?
Yeah.
So then you're like, oh, this is one of my best jokes. I got to do it at the top. But it's not. But then if you actually listen to the laughs in your set, it's not one of your best jokes. It just happened to be the one that like went viral.
The algorithm told you was funny. Yeah. I've totally had that happen.
Yeah.
It's frustrating because you're like, oh, am I fucking it up when I'm telling it live?
How did I capture that moment that I had
on the internet? Yeah.
Internet is that's bad, dude.
Have you ever had it where you have a bit where you like you just can't, you think it's very funny and you just can't get it? It just doesn't, for some reason the audience tells you no. And so you're like, all right, or it falls out of your act for whatever reason. And then a famous, you see that bit just later get used and you're like, I was right. It was funny.
I was right all along.
Yeah.
Totally. I I also like. You should go back in your notebook and look at stuff if you have it organized, which I never do, but I can sometimes in my phone notes or something I can find stuff. But like I saw, I forget where I saw it today, but this premise I wrote during COVID. Look at your like old early COVID premises, because I bet you have a ton of stuff that you wrote and you only tried on Zoom shows and then you dropped. And I've like a couple of them I was looking at and I was like, oh my God, this is super funny. And I never got it. It never lasted long enough to get back on a live stage because it wasn't working on the Zoom shows. So I didn't keep it into the live shows.
It didn't last through stand up to Corona.
No, it did not. It got stand up to trash. But yeah, I had this premise where it was like, have you ever seen those little signs like not at a lake house, but they're like a wooden carved sign that somebody would put up at their house? It's like only crazy people allowed past here. Like it was like just talking about like we're the craziest ones on the block, And the idea is that like only people who are like not at all mentally ill have those signs. Like you never see someone who's actually crazy.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like you don't if you like are like lighting fires in your apartment, you don't have a sign out like, hey, don't come in here, there's only crazies allowed. They're like, I'm not crazy. So that was like the premise, and I was like, that's pretty funny. I can figure that out. But I never
you can give some examples.
I never tried that on a live stage. I don't think.
When did you how long ago did you find that or think of that bit?
Today, this morning.
Oh, so are you gonna take it to the stage?
Yeah, I think I will. I think I'll try it. I'll try it. Some version of that.
All right.
I had written it out in a notebook somewhere, like actual. See, right now I'm kind of butchering it because there are like actual little funny sayings that people had. I saw one in my neighborhood, so I gotta find the real ones. But anyway,
I like booze more than my family.
Yeah, right.
Someone that's separated themselves from their family.
That's kind of like the alcohol. You guys, it's the same thing with like a real alcoholic, and then like it's wine o'clock or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's up with you, dude? That's me.
Gosh. Let's see. What did we do this week? You know what? I was looking at my calendar. I was like, because sometimes, like before we record, I'm like, oh, I was looking at my calendar. What did I do this week? And on this new Mac, I can't figure out how to import the calendar, so I don't fucking know. I can't send out my avails until I fucking. Oh, I gotta figure out how to get my. I can look on my phone, but it's just not the same. But the kids had spring break, so that was fun. They went to grandma's Wednesday night.
Oh, that's so fun. How long were they there?
Just for one. She took them to the Dells. They didn't go to her house. She took them to the Dells, and so me and Aaron, went out for a nice dinner. I had date night, and then the next day, Grandma brought them back on Thursday, but she kept Phoebe. So Phoebe stayed at Grandma Gigi's house, and so me and Edie and Duncan and Aaron were able to watch well, let's watch a movie that we couldn't watch if Phoebe's here on the weekend. So we watched. Aaron decided to pick. They should see The Hunger Games.
Oh,
which is a lot more violent.
I thought you were gonna be like Anora.
Anora?
Yeah. That's the one that won Best Picture, but it's like it's like sex the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, she hosted SNL, and I had no idea who she was because I didn't see that movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
No, we watched Hunger Games and then Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade.
Oh, that's I like that one.
It's a great one. That's the one.
I like Indiana Jones
comedy.
1, 3, and 5.
You're crazy.
Odd ones.
5.
The last one.
Yeah.
The one you hated because you were like,
I didn't hate it. Did I say I hated it?
No.
Oh, good.
I remember you criticizing it because you were like, he's not.
Oh, yeah, nothing happens.
He's talking too much. Yeah. But I'm like, he's 80. and you wanted him to be out there like, swinging from the vines and punching people. And
I can't believe you left out the best one. The second one is clearly the best one. Temple of Doom.
That's universally regarded as
in your fucking face.
That's what this show has devolved to. In an audio medium, you're just mocking each other with facial expressions. I thought everyone agreed the second one is the worst.
I think a lot of people do agree, and I don't understand it because I think it's the most fun.
I do like the Mr. Jones, the little Asian kid.
You call him Dr. Jones, lady.
Yeah. Dr. Jones.
Yeah.
Dr. Jones. Yeah. That's probably what I remember from that.
Yeah.
And then Hot Rocks.
Hot Rocks. Yeah. Hum num shivai. Hum num shivai. Yeah. Hum num shivai. Pulls his fucking beating heart out.
Yeah.
And then I think this weekend I didn't have any shows, but this week, every Wednesday, starting this Wednesday, I'm hosting that Madison's Funniest again.
Not
host, judge. I'm judge, and then they're going to have me, warm up the crowd.
Show them how it's done.
But it's fun because I like watching it. I like seeing it, get whittled down. But we've talked about this previous years. I was like 70% judge weight, 30% audience weight.
Yeah.
Which I think is good because I think it's a good way to advance the right comics when you have, people that know.
But do you defer? Do you really have like the balls to like, let's say someone crushes, but they're like not your cup of tea, or not your cup of tea, but like you can see like kind of hacky, right?
Yeah.
And then someone doesn't crush, but you're like, God, they're so funny, but they didn't land with this audience. Do you really have the guts to rate that person higher than the one who crushed?
I'll never penalize. For me, it's kind of like, I mean, I was going to say there's different categories, but you don't give your final score based on the categories. But like, I'm never going to hurt. No one's ever going to suffer because of they're not my cup of tea. Like if they're not my cup of tea, but they kill, I have to get, I'll give it to them, but but I can help some, like, if I'm like, this audience is garbage, that guy's smarter, that's good comedy,
So you'll bump up people.
Yeah, I'll give them a high score. Yeah.
What if they kill, but then it's like really hacky, like
if it's like
all like old bits,
they're not going to get a high score from me. But also, I'm not the only judge. There's at least 3, sometimes 4 judges, and they're not all comedians. Well, sometimes boyfriend or girlfriend of a wait staff. It's.
I'm asking because, like, the mistake I always made in comedy contests was when they were judges, like comedy judges.
Mm-hmm.
I would try to do like my most, what I thought was my smartest stuff.
Yeah.
Where I was like, oh, this is like the weirdest avant-garde kind of,
right.
Comic kind of.
Yeah.
Thinking that would be what would impress the judges. And then, of course, what impresses the judges is the guy who kills the hardest.
Yeah.
Or the lady who kills, whoever, the comic that kills the hardest. And so, like, that's always my advice to people like doing comedy competitions. Like, don't overthink it. Just imagine you have to crush in this room. How would you do it?
Right.
And then go crush. Like, don't try and do anything else.
Yeah.
Well,
and I mean, if you look at the winners of all the previous years, it's always, it has been one of the best, comics. No one's ever been like, oh, that guy clearly brought a lot of friends.
Right. Yeah.
It's always like, oh, yes, they've been doing it. They've been in the Madison comedy scene. Everyone's expecting them to. But also, I also don't like, because I'm friends. I know a lot of them. And so they see me judging. It's like some of them are like, what the fuck? How did I not advance? You know, and I'm like, well, I
Yeah.
gave you a good score. I'm 1 of 4. And then there's the audio, you know,
Yeah.
you can't.
Yeah.
So I don't like, I mean, I like judging, but I don't like being known as, oh, that's the decider guy. I'm not.
Do you give a little bit of like, do they do a little round table after each set? Like, do you do a little Simon Cowell? Like,
Oh God, no.
oh,
I wouldn't. I mean, no thanks.
be kind of fun.
Yeah. So like, that'd be kind of fun. Like to kill Tony it.
Yeah. I totally forgot that show already exists. Yeah, you should do kill Johnny.
Yeah, that would be
Kill Johnny.
hilarious.
Kill Johnny and Madison, but just be really sweet and nice.
Yeah.
They come on, you're like, hey man, keep it up. I think it's great. You know what? I think it's great. Anybody who has the guts to get up here and try, you've already earned my respect. It's just the most boring.
It's just the friendliest.
Just a friendly.
Support Johnny.
Support Johnny.
The new.
Well, no, kill Tony means kill Tony like you're supposed to make him laugh, like kill with Tony, right? Is that what that means?
I don't know.
That had to have been the original conceit, right? Like, can you kill Tony? Like, kill an audience? Like, Tony's the audience, right?
I guess I don't know.
Or were you supposed to make fun of Tony?
No, I think what you said the first
one. Okay, so kill Johnny still works, even though you're nice.
Okay, yeah.
We can still call it kill Johnny. We want to make sure we get
a better ring to it than get supported by Johnny.
Yeah. Our literal the slogan of our podcast does not have a good ring to it. Kill Johnny. We want to call it that because we want it to get the attention of, we want to be controversial. We want to get people, hey, they're ripping off Kill Tony. Like, that's what you do want that because that'll help us get some eyeballs on it.
Yeah, then we'll get all the clickbait.
Yeah. Instead
of a knife for the logo, it'll be a axe.
Instead of the knife for a look, I thought you were going to say something nice, like it's just like a Band-Aid or.
It's just a different weapon.
It's just a bandage. Yeah, kill Johnny.
Kill Johnny. Well, anything else before we do topics?
I don't think so. I got a topic. Wait, let me look it up
for me.
Oh. Well, you know what? Okay, because sometimes you read my little tweets, not my tweets.
I have not seen
my X's or my threads. Okay, good. If you get up in the morning, and let's say you have a partner, and you're the first one to say, "I didn't sleep great last night," then the other person can't come over the top and tell you actually they didn't sleep. They slept worse. If you were the first one to think to say it and you didn't sleep great, now you can't lie. You can't just like cheat and go, I am, man, like get the best sleep of your life and go, oh man, could not sleep last night and to get out of doing shit. But if you legitimately did not sleep great last night and you said it first, then they just have to go, fuck, I didn't sleep great last night either. But they have to just, oh, I'm sorry. They have to give you a little something.
Yeah, I agree. I'll tell you, over spring break, I couldn't get away because Aaron's up at like 7. And if I get up at 9:45 and go downstairs, and she's like, oh, I didn't sleep very good. I came back. Yeah, me neither.
Wait, how do you get away with getting up at like, because the kids don't have school?
Because the kids didn't have school. Aaron,
so you don't really have to get up for anything if they don't have school.
Right. But here's the thing is like with the Ruthie, the new puppy, I get up throughout Aaron is a much deeper sleeper. So like I'm getting up at, 2 and 4 or 5,
right.
And then she'll get up at like 6 or 7, if that's how it times out that Ruthie starts whining, and then she's
Yeah.
she's just like, well, I'm up, I'm not going back to bed. Whereas I'll be like, I am,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
do.
That's because that's different. I can't go. I'm like your wife. I can't go back to bed. So if Heidi gets up with Ginger, like
And
Ginger
it
gets
wakes
up
you
some
up.
early sometimes, she'll like do it, and she'll like help her go to the bathroom or set her up with some food or watch a show or whatever, and then she'll come back to bed and she'll sleep. She'll go like right back like dead sleep. And once if I do that though, then I'm like, all right, shit, make
I'm
some
up.
coffee and I'm up.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm getting worse as I get older, but I feel like I'm actually a pretty light sleeper. Like
Huh.
I go to bed later and later now lately, and even on the road, I'll stay up super late on the road because it's like, I can do whatever I want. No one, no one's watching. I can watch TV till like 2 a.m.
I know.
And
I think I'm
then,
gonna watch Interview with a Vampire tonight after we're done. By the way, I've never seen that.
oh really? Is that good? I feel like I've seen like parts of it, maybe. Dude, you know what I started watching? Just like in the middle of the day on Sunday, because I was like we did something. I can't remember what we did, but we were like outside for a while and like came back and it was cold, and so I just like Ginger started watching a movie or something. So I was like, I'm gonna go in our room and watch a movie, like, and just like lay down on the bed and watch a movie. I watched Ronin. Started it with
De Niro.
De Niro. Have you seen that? I am hooked, man. I'm only like 45 minutes into it. I was like, this is great.
Wait, when did you put it on?
Like Sunday.
Wait,
yesterday.
You started a movie, didn't finish it.
Oh, I made it
yesterday, dude. And now you're like, oh, I'm hooked.
Yeah.
It's a mini series.
Well, that's how I watch movies now. I do not watch more than 45 minutes in a row of anything.
Oh my God.
I get like White Lotus is the longest I'll go watching anything. And then yeah, I made it probably an hour, and I was like, I better pause this. But normally I don't even pause it. I just like fall asleep or turn it off and then try to like I watched this Kevin Costner movie, what is it called? Frontier, or you know what I'm talking about?
The Field of Dreams.
Robin Hood.
The front. I don't know. Is it a newer?
No, it's like his latest New Horizons or something. It's like his new Western, and there were supposed to be 4 movies, but the first one bombed. So I don't know if they're even going to come out with the other 3. But I was like, I love Westerns, so it's like I'm going to watch it. And dude, it's like a 3-hour thing, and there's all these different characters, and I watched it in like 20-minute spurts because there's no way Heidi would watch it. So I need to find the time. And I finished it, and I couldn't tell you one thing that happens, who anybody is, what's going to happen, or what's going on, or anyone's name.
Yeah.
And I was like, but the scenery was nice, That's where I'm at. I got this new TV, and now I just like shows with like really sharp picture and like nice scenery. That's all I care about.
I just love it. You're watching Ronin, and it's 45 minutes, and you're like, oh my God, this is good. Pause. Go away.
Well, you know what was happening? I was falling asleep.
Back to this.
I was falling asleep, and I was like, if I continue to watch this,
that's even worse. You're watching a movie.
No, it was good. I was just so tired.
God,
no, Johnny. It was good. I was just so tired that like I'm not going to give this my best attention.
I've done that. I've fallen asleep during White Lotus, and I like that show.
Yeah. Whatever. But Ronin's great.
I don't know if I've seen it. I know what it is. I don't think I've seen it. What's the plot?
A bunch of hired guns come together for this. They're hired individually. They're not like a crew. They're all like from all over the world, and this one woman brings them all together to like do this one job, and they don't know each other. They're all kind of suspicious of each other, and then of course it goes bad. And there's this like cool scene though where like Robert De Niro kind of sniffs out that one of them's like a faker, like he's trying to like go, oh yeah, I'm ex-military, this, that, and the other, and then he like challenges him and like kind of humiliates him. It's great.
But you still haven't finished it.
No,
okay.
No spoilers. If anybody, it'll probably be a few weeks.
Do not leave a 5-star review spoiling the movie.
Do not leave a 5-star review spoiling Ronin.
True story. Edie, both Edie and Duncan, the name Ronin was in the running to name that.
Well, do you know what it means in the Japanese context?
No, it actually spelled differently because it was going to be A-N. I think in the movie it's R-O-N-I-N, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Japanese one. I do not know. What does it mean?
The samurai were you were sworn to protect your liege lord. I only know this because this is in the opening credits of Ronin. Okay. So the samurai is sworn to protect their liege lord, but if they fail or somehow their lord is killed or something, then they're disgraced and they're forced to roam the countryside as a hired sword, and these are known as Ronin.
They're forced to roam
the countryside.
Right. So
wander around. You don't like the
Roman instead of Ronin?
They don't roam. The word in Japanese for roam is probably not Rome.
Oh, it's probably Roan. Because it's called Ronin. You can understand the disconnect I'm seeing here, right? They're called Ronins because they're forced to roam. So they're forever roaming around the desert or wherever the fuck they are.
We do this. I have this bit with Ginger where she goes to preschool and she's got 2 teachers. They're married. It's Miss Amy and Teacher Adam. Mm-hmm. And for some reason I've made in our bits Teacher Adam's like the biggest dumbass in the world. Like he's really stupid. So I'm always like, he's always playing music during nap time. So she loves it. She thinks it's so funny. It's like, okay, children, it's time for nap. And then Teacher Adam will go clang, 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 clang. It's like, Teacher Adam, you idiot. It's nap time. You're quiet. It's not music together time. Anyway, we've been doing this thing where he can't like understand. So like, all right, everybody, it's time to go to the park. And Teacher Adam will say, it's time to go for a lark. And you're like, no. And then he'll just keep getting it. But then I'm kind of worried. So then now I've escalated it to where he's telling kids just to do the wrong thing. So like if you were one of the kids, he would go, psst, Johnny, when you go to the bathroom, don't wash your hands. You don't have to wash your hands. It's a myth. And then Ginger has to correct. But now I'm kind of worried. Like
he does that for real?
No. That's in the bit. And she thinks it's really funny. She thinks it's funny that Teacher Adam's like stupid and tells kids to do the wrong thing. But I'm kind of worried it's somehow it's gonna get
back to him.
Get back to him.
Oh yeah.
Like maybe I have to like change gears.
Yeah, you don't want that.
No. All right, dude. What do you need backup on?
All right. You haven't seen my tweets, my threads, or anything like that?
No. Okay. I don't follow you.
I don't think I've tweeted in 6 months. Anyway, I don't know what I need backup on. Here's what I'm saying. Dyson makes the best vacuum by like 10 times better than the second place vacuum. I don't know if they have a monopoly on some sort of patent.
They have the ball.
But that's not part of the vacuum thing. Like, why do Dyson vacuums last 10 years and any other brand of vacuum less than a year or about a year?
I don't know. I can't. I'm going to back you up just because I know you have the experience with this and I trust you. But mm-hmm. You don't have a robot?
Do I have a robot? Are you changing the subject?
No, not changing the subject. A robot vacuum, I should say.
Oh no, no, I don't have a robot vacuum. Was that like
Why
the
not?
little circle disc that goes around the ground?
Yeah, you're
Uh,
still vacuuming like
yeah.
a surf.
Do those work?
Oh,
Like,
that's amazing. Like a peasant.
no. How much do those cost?
What I got a new because we had one and it was like okay, but it wasn't smart to the point where it knew where it had been, so it just kind of like randomly went around. That one was not great. You could drive it, so you could just sit on the couch with the remote and kind of,
No,
spin it around.
no.
It's kind of fun. But the new one, like literally it maps your whole home
Oh, okay.
and
And
then
so
it
make sure it
knows
gets every spot.
so it gets everywhere. And this one's great. And it does work. It just gets stuck sometimes. That's the only thing that annoys me is like every once in a while it gets in trouble and you have to go help it.
How big? I mean, but like, how big is the containment space for the shit it picks up? Because
Well, so it sucks up the stuff and then it empties it itself into a dock. And it has this box on top, and then it vacuums up. It's super loud, and it sucks it up into this paper bag thing that eventually you empty and throw.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
pretty great.
okay. Well,
But it's kind of funny because it's like a Chinese company,
yeah.
and you have to like sign your life away. They're like, you give it maps your whole house. It knows exactly like every room, every inch, and you give it all this. You give your email, you give your because you have this app, so you download the app on your phone. Like, oh my god, some Chinese company has probably like maps my phone, maps my home. Like if the invasion ever happens, they know what bedroom I'm sleeping in,
Yeah.
and how clean or dirty my house is.
Oh, I don't. Maybe that's something to consider for me. Maybe I'll try that.
But okay, so Dyson is the best, and you don't know why.
Just we're on our second Dyson, and I think our first one was just because we like lost it in a move. But like, if if it and it is broken, like it has been like it's not working or something, and I take it apart and I can pull out the thing and put it back, and it's fine. No other vacuum, you can do that too.
Okay, so I googled why are Dyson vacuums the best.
And
A lot of Reddit chatter on Dyson vacuums. This person says, I've got a V15 and it's honestly improved my life in ways words cannot describe.
Wow. I don't know what they're using their vacuum for.
What a loser.
Yikes.
Oh, yeah, they're probably sucking themselves off. Apparently they're very expensive, though. Dyson's very expensive.
I mean, they're more expensive. It's not like a Cybertruck.
Dude, this is appliance talk. It's not cyber. Oh, it's not a truck. Okay. It's not $100,000.
But I mean, it's worth, to have a vacuum that is basically not a disposable vacuum. It's worth $200.
I can't even visualize walking around with a vacuum doing it anymore. I've been a robot vacuum guy so long.
It's like mowing the lawn. It's so rewarding.
Oh, it's satisfying because you can see the dirt. Yeah.
You can see the, in your rugs, you can see the lines where it's like, oh, this is freshly vacuumed.
Where does the dirt go? I mean, what do? You have bags?
It's got a containment, like just a canister that like there's a trigger. You pull it off, you unhook it, you squeeze it, and the bottom drops out. You dump it over the garbage can, close it, put it back on. No bags.
No, not for me. I think I want a robot to do all my chores.
All right.
They make robot lawnmowers. Did you know that?
I have seen those, and
that I don't trust.
Seems silly to me.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
Anything else? I'm backing you up. I'll try it. I'll come visit. I'll try you can let me vacuum.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. When we do our shows in November,
you
can vacuum my basement.
We're making jokes, but November, it'll be here before you know it.
Yeah, I mean, and it's true. It's not a joke. We're doing these shows.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
All right, man. Where are you gonna wait? You don't know where you're gonna be because you don't.
No, I do. I booked. What did I do? I booked something. Let's see if my calendar
booked something. Yes.
Venture Brew Co. Wauwatosa. Oh yeah, Venture Brew Co. In Wauwatosa on the 18th of April, and new booking in Milwaukee. I don't know the venue. It's a new room. It's I think it's if you're in Milwaukee, or there used to be a room, the Underground Collaborative. It's in that space or that building. I don't know the name of it or the details, but it is the 26th of this month.
Go to johnnybeaner.com. Is that helpful or no?
It's not on there yet because I don't put them in, but I will be in Milwaukee the 26th. Yeah, johnnybeaner.com. When I get the details, I'll put them on there.
All right. April 12th, Hood River, Oregon, the Hood River Comedy Show or something. Look it up. And then April 17th, Angel of the Winds Casino in Washington State. And a couple more Portland shows towards the end of the month, 25th, 26th. Get those on my calendar. But other than that, thank you, everybody, for listening to
the Cavalry.
Cavalry.
Sign up for the Patreon.